for starting on time.
Thank you so much. That's thank you. It's years of being in this goddamn theater, this goddamn awful noose around my neck. Oh, you know what I should do? I should text Booge and say join. Join, Booge.
Start it straight away with the
Join.
impressions.
Yeah.
We love
I
it.
did.
We love it.
No. I know you don't like it. Hold on one second. Booge podcast now. How about that?
Podcast now.
Now.
Right now.
Join, bitches.
What's he doing? He's late.
I don't know. Nomad's in though. Are we on? Are we live right now?
Would we be late?
No, but wait a second. Just say yes or no. That's a yes or no question. You don't have to like toy. You don't have to like, oh, let's beat around the bush. Just tell me yes or no. Or we can have someone in the chat confirm. Please
maybe
confirm if you're in the chat. Maybe. Who said maybe?
I said maybe. Maybe?
That is.
Noddy sends a little pumpkin thing though, so maybe.
I mean, that means we're on.
Baze loves his pumpkins.
And dude, introduce. Go ahead, start the introduction, or better yet, let's do a follow-up. Hello, Frank episode. Ready?
Please.
Hold on. This time Frank has a hey, look. Pair of scissors. Okay, look, phone, scissors. Ready? Yeah, cool.
This is my phone.
I'm calling you.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm calling you.
It's a flip phone. It takes a minute. Yes.
Hello, Frank.
Are those scissors? Slams flip phone. Ready?
Dude, I'm so tired. I'm already tired. How long have we been podcasting for, Gibby or Bibby?
At least an hour.
How long have we been podcasting for?
Who really knows? Are we even podcasting right now? It's Pochita from Chainsaw Man. Let's go. Nutty, you're a beautiful man. What up, Bubba? Welcome back to another Poet Warrior podcast. Cheers, Skull. Baze says his jam jar.
Hey, are you going to start in on me about my eyes and how they look closed? Are you going to do all that?
Dude, if you fall asleep this stream, you do it with Sergio.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Sergio, these are my thoughts. I hope people are just... Is it just one person joining us now or 400 million?
That's billion with a B.
So, I know... Look, ever since we did our show, Momo and Toto, back in the day, and from a distance, I observed you and Sergio, how you interacted, how you got along, how you joked, how you smiled at one another when you were saying witty remarks.
Don't forget the sensual ones.
Okay, I won't. Okay,
Please.
I won't. So, I observed this, and it's probably nothing has changed, and it's a harsh reality. But the reality is that you and Sergio, you like Sergio more than me. And so that leads me to think, why isn't Gibby doing this venture with Sergio? Why isn't he doing Poet Wars with Sergio? Why isn't he on a podcast with Sergio? Because let's face it, Sergio is younger than me. He has less gray hair than me. Exactly, Onyx.
I just like you as a watcher. Baze is a watcher. He watches, and I like him in that role.
Okay, fine. But I would like to say that maybe I'm in an existential crisis right now where the only thing that would the only thing that would fix it right now,
Hmm,
two things. Two things.
please.
A reading of a one act existential play. Maybe you and I could like think about reading a existential one act called The Zoo Story. Very existential. It really is going to fit the mood I'm in right now. And I would like us to consider that for just a little bit of this podcast. Would you consider it?
It sounds like you're dictating, in which case I don't have a choice. Right?
Cool. Yes. Number two.
It works just as fine. It works just as well. Cool.
Number two. Hold on. Excuse me, everybody. Shut the fuck up, Onyx.
See, he cares about my well-being. He's after my well-being, dude.
And guys, I am not abusive toward my dog. Don't read into that. It's just he chose to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's all. So if I tell him off, he's at the wrong place at the wrong time.
And that's how
Why-
we like him. That's how we like him.
Why is it so slow and quiet on this Sunday afternoon? Don't do it.
We getting back into it. You know, we were off for a few weeks. Takes some time. People just don't know that we're back. It happens. It happens. We just started. They'll be here. Baze abuses animals. Someone called Peter.
That's
Yes.
fucked up that he would say that.
That's
Is that a he or a
fucked up.
she?
Let's see.
Is that a he or a she?
He?
Nomad, let me tell you something, buddy. You see
That, there.
That's what I want to tell you, right there. That's right.
Let's go.
Onyx, you
Let's
tell
go.
him. Ladies and gentlemen, please forgive my. Is there a word called unprofessionalism? Is that a word? GB. See, I said GB.
Dude, you're the one who taught English for how many years? I barely speak it. I speak gibberish and proud of it.
How about if you speak bibberish?
I
You like that better?
I like that.
No,
I
I'm
like that a lot.
oh shit, Nomad. Nomad, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were a they. Please forgive me.
He is many.
All right. Well, Nomad, that's cool. Thank you for being so honest
That's
with
cool.
us. I mean, I don't. That's it. That's all we can. Like, he is a they, or should I say she is a they, or should I say
They are
I
them.
don't know
They
what
are them.
Fuck is it?
He's just fucking with you, by the
So,
way.
Nomad's fucking with me.
Yeah, he's fucking
I'm
with
fucking
you.
with
No,
Nomad.
a little bit of both. Maybe you two fuck.
Maybe you do fuck.
Maybe you two fuck. He's number 3 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan, and my sister.
So number 2. Remember when I said maybe we should read? You see, I remember this.
I
shit.
don't
You tried to
remember.
take me off. I still remember. So I said, let's read maybe possibly the beginning of this cool existential
Please.
one-act play, which is
Please.
funny as fuck too. It's called Zoo Story. And number 2, more cowbell. I need more cowbell in my life. That's it. Those are the 2 things.
Please.
A reading of Zoo Story. I heard shit. I'm in.
He said,
what?
I heard fuck. I'm in.
Okay.
See, some things
is
get
that-
censored, but I see them because I have the one with all, the wherewith one, and many screens.
I don't like all this power you have, dude. I'll be honest with you. I have a beef to pick with you right now.
Yeah, but you've got Onyx.
He's gone. He's gone. He left.
Even your
Elvis.
dog left you.
Elvis. Elvis left the building, bitch. He left. So let me say
Gone.
something to you. You know, when you say things like that, when you say, for example, oh, even your dog left you. You know, I don't know if I've ever said anything to you so hurtful, so harsh, so abusive and manipulative.
But you have to your animals.
Absolutely. Yes.
You abuse animals. He admitted it.
No, I don't. Don't say that shit because that shit will go out, and then fucking Nomad will cry a river.
Poor Nutty,
Right?
bro. He said your wife will be
Nomad.
next. If his wife
What do you
leaves,
mean,
I'll
like?
be there to pick up the pieces.
That's terrible. That's like some macho Italian bullshit talk. You know what I
Because we
mean?
can.
You and your
But it
no.
is
Let me tell you
Baze's
what you
wife's
can't.
birthday. Happy birthday.
You know what? You won't be even able to touch my wife because you have short fucking hands, dude. Arms. You have short arms. You won't even be able to reach her, so don't talk shit.
I try to do something nice for Liz. A little poet warrior, happy birthday. And you stab me in the back. You stab me in the back.
That's
or
right,
in the
fucking
buttocks.
fucker. Hold on. That's right, Essay. I'll fucking cut you, Essay. I'll cut your shit.
With your scissors.
Let me get. I'll fucking cut your shit, Essay.
Beat, what up, Beat?
I'm tired of this.
Let's read.
Beat, thank God. No, hold on. Wait, not yet. Because you know why? Beat's here. And since Beat is here, let's chat with Beat for a little bit. Beat, what's up? Thank you so much for joining. Because Nomad was here and Nomad was dominating the conversation. Beat. So come on in, push Nomad out of the way a little bit. Not all the way. A little bit because Nomad was dominating shit.
Nomad says, don't essay me, essay.
Let's just ask Nomad a real question. Does he even know what fucking essay means? Does he know that word?
Are there people who don't?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Hey, like for example, if I were to call you El Guapo, right?
Guapo?
Guapo, El Guapo.
Guapo is fat.
You know what?
Fat man. Was I not supposed to answer your question? Was I supposed to not know? Should we go back? Should I pretend like what does it mean? What does it mean?
No, you don't need to get upset.
I have no idea.
You don't need to get upset, B, you don't need to get upset. Nomad says it's friend, compadre. Yeah, right. Nomad, you're right, dude. You're right. You're absolutely
he's right. You know who's right? Beat's right. With that dancing cat, he's right.
Oh, you know I always say this because I like fucking with them. Is Beat a dude?
Who knows? Yes.
All right, dude. Okay, do you want to read or you want to wait for more folks to come in? How many folks are in? Like 422 million?
Yes. Yes.
You know, G,
you're
let's
halfway
be
there.
honest. I want you to be honest with me. Could you be honest with me for a change?
We could try.
We'll never reach 422 million. No, you know what? You don't answer. Hold on. Let me get this shit up. Nomad, Beat. I want you to be perfectly frank with me. And right now in the chat, will B and I, not G and I, B and I ever reach 422 million viewers and listeners? Podcast-ites.
Why stop there?
Please respond.
It's a low number.
The low number?
It's a low number. Why stop there?
I love the way you think, dude. Do you think I'm being like lame? You think I'm being lame?
No more than usual.
Well, if that's the case, let's read this fucking play then. I'll show
Absolutely.
you how. I'll show you lame. I'll show you lame. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. After a couple of tape releases, and I think
sex tape releases, it says. We got to get on that shit, dude.
Nomad, I just wish you didn't use the word sex, and maybe all you could have said, friend, was, yeah, after a couple more play readings. Yes. So with that in mind, here's one of the couple. Here we go.
But just really quickly, I just looked this up. Okay, just really quickly before we get going. Let me put this into perspective for you, sir. The top podcast right now on this platform right this second, has 91.3 thousand people watching. Exactly what, like, not the same topic, obviously, but like not gaming, right? Like this, just chatting, the same category we're in. 91.3 thousand. So we're gonna blow that out of the park when we got billions. And at the end of the day, we're gonna make our own platform to do this on. We're gonna make a new YouTube, a new Twitch, for artistic minds like ourselves. And we're gonna be at the top of it. And with that being said, a zoo story. So my arms don't look too short now, do they? If I'm like out here, or out here, they look long.
Let's see. Oh shit. Yeah. Well, not really, buddy. In all angles, they look pretty short. No?
Who cares?
Sorry to. Yeah. Shit. I'm sorry, G. This thing. Ugh, God, what a pain. Hold on. Give me a second.
We will all wait. Crazy. We will all 974 billion of us will wait for you, Baze.
This is oh my god.
Whilst you're getting this up,
yeah.
Let me just say.
Sorry.
So, guys, this is this piece, A Zoo Story by Edward Albee, is an absurdist piece, right? Two people. It's just two people on a park bench. Very minimalistic play about where, you know, one stranger walks up to another, and it's about a 45-minute one act. I haven't read the full thing myself, but I mean, I've heard a lot from Baze. And I intend to read it all very, very soon. And the reason why we're going to be reading this to you guys, which we're going to go into more detail with after this reading, like later on, is our first round of classes has happened, guys. And a select few of you have been involved. And they went very, very well. And we're going to talk more about that later on. But this scene was given to those in our advanced acting class, our advanced poet acting 2 class. We're going to talk about that later. It went very, very well, and we're strongly considering following up with these performers in our classes, 2 of them, and doing this piece of theater live on its feet in a space which we're also going to talk about, which we may have some opportunities with. But we'll get into all of that a little bit later. XD said, hello, fine gentlemen. How you be feeling on this day coming and night-gazing date of this calendar date? Golly.
Who said this?
XD.
Did XD just join? I don't see it.
Yeah, it's right there. Just came up. Twitch is racist, man. It's your race. They see you as a gray-haired fuck. And they're like, we can't do this. We can't give it to him.
Let's read. The Zoo Story, ladies and gentlemen, by Edward Albee.
Who's who?
Hold on, give me a second. Let me explain you.
Okay.
This play takes place in a park bench. It's a modern play. It's today. Just imagine today. And there's 2 characters and one is sitting on a park bench, and that's the character of Peter, played by Bibby Baldy.
I'm Peter.
And yeah. Okay. You want to play Jerry?
No. I'm easy. Or maybe we do it twice and we flip.
There we go.
There you go.
And I'll play Jerry, and they're strangers, and it's supposedly, it could be anywhere. It could be a park in San Francisco. It could be, they wrote it for Central Park in New York City. It could be any park in a city. Well, maybe not, because they do reference streets in New York, so it has to be Central Park. But you could do it in fucking, like if we wanted to do it in Golden
Creative freedom
in San Francisco.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also, so here we real quick. You didn't even answer XD. XD, I'm doing well. I think Baze is as good as he ever is. How are you doing,
I'm
buddy?
sorry. No, I'm sorry, it didn't come up. I don't see it, dude. I don't see it. If I saw it,
Well,
I
he's
don't
there
know what's
asking
going
how
on.
you're doing. He's just asking how you're doing. He's welcoming
E-
himself.
X- XD, hello. It's great to have you back. Welcome back. I'm doing well, and I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't see it. Oh, there it is.
It
Doing
popped
good
up.
playing test.
There you go.
Yeah, something
There you
popped.
go.
Yeah.
Keep the
All right,
grind
cool.
up,
All
XD.
right,
Keep the grind up. Okay, let's read.
awesome. All right. All
Stage
right, so here
directions.
we go.
No,
No, no. Okay,
no.
Peter's seated on one of the benches, and then Jerry, my character, approaches him. Here we go.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Zoo Story by Edward Albee. Been to the zoo. I said I've been to the zoo. Mister, I've been to the zoo.
Hmm? What? I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
Went to the zoo. And then I walked until I came here. I've been walking north.
North. Well, I think so. Let me see.
Hmm. Is that Fifth Avenue?
Why? Yes. Yeah. 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 It is. Yeah.
And what is that cross street? There, that one. That one. I'm sorry, that one to the right, over there.
That. That's 74th Street. Yeah.
Hmm. And the zoo is around 65th Street, so I have been walking north.
Yes. It would seem so.
Ah, good old north.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But not due north, right?
Well, no, not due north, but we call it north. It's northernly.
So Peter is now lighting a pipe. And he's gonna smoke a pipe. Well, boy, not gonna get lung cancer, are you?
No, sir. Not from this.
No, sir. No. What you'll probably get is cancer of the mouth. Then you'll have to wear one of those things Freud wore after he took off that whole side of his jaw. What do they call those things?
A prosthesis?
Ah, yes. Very thing. A prosthesis. You're an educated man, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
Oh, no. I read it somewhere. Time magazine, I think.
Hmm. Well, Time magazine isn't for blockheads.
No, I suppose not.
Boy, I'm glad that's Fifth Avenue there.
Yes, yes.
I don't like the west side of the park very much.
Really? What? Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hey, buddy, you mind if we talk?
why? No, no,
No, yes you do. I see you do. You mind.
no. Really, I don't
No,
mind.
yes
I
you
don't
do.
mind.
Yes you do.
Really, I don't mind at all. Really.
Uh, hey, it's a nice day.
Yeah, yeah. It's lovely. Yeah,
I've been to the zoo.
yeah. I think you said that, didn't you?
You'll read about it in the papers tomorrow if you don't see it on your TV tonight. You have TV, don't you?
Um. Yeah, yeah. We have two. One for the children, and then
Oh, oh, you're married.
Well, certainly. Yeah.
It isn't a law, for Christ's sake.
No, no, of course not.
And have a wife.
Yes.
And you have children.
Yeah. Two.
Boys.
No, girls. Both girls.
But you wanted boys.
Well, naturally, every man wants a son, but
But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I wasn't going to say that.
And you're not going to have any more kids, are you?
No. No more. Why do you say that? How would you know about that?
The way you cross your legs, perhaps, or something in your voice. Or maybe I'm just guessing. Hey, is it your wife?
That's none of your business.
All right, folks, we'll stop right there.
Nice. I like. Beat said I just left a Helldivers game because this idiot killed me with a reinforcement and I didn't revive. It's actually maddening. Agreed. And Nutty says he travels home tomorrow. Let's go, Nomad. Safe travels. I liked doing this. After watching the class, I liked doing this. I had a lot of ideas.
What did you think? How did you think ours was different than theirs? Of course it's gonna be.
I'm a bit biased, right?
Of course.
But obviously we have a certain energy that we play off of each other, you know, whenever we do anything, and I think that definitely came out. I mean, what do you guys think about this? But I think when it comes to our actual, I think you said it in the class. We're going to talk about this later on, guys. When you said in the class, right, the importance of this scene, I think, in what I have experienced with just these 2 pages, right, comes from the silence, right? And I think that is a really, not to toot our horns, but like being comfortable in silence is a very advanced approach to performing. And I'm sure we'll talk about that in a later date, right? Like the acting is in the silence. I think we did the silence very well in that, and the uncomfortable vibe with it. I don't know. What do you think about that? I think we nailed the silence.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Motherfucker, that's Spider-Man!
Batman.
Spider-Man and Batman, apparently.
Buddy, I thought our reading was wonderful. I agree with you. Not that I did it on purpose or we did it on purpose. I think we just kind of went with whatever. And you and I have a certain dynamic that we're lucky that we have, because it's very rare. And I'm not trying to sound weird about it, but it just is. It's true. I think you and I feel so comfortable that we could live in silence.
Yes.
And
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a wonderful thing, because this play, like you said, is really not about words. It's about look.
Yeah.
It's about insinuation. It's like, I don't know if you picked up on some of the shit I was saying to you. I was saying with it was fucking like mockery, and it's like fucking. I was like fucking with you. You know what I mean?
You want to know what I really picked up on, which I don't know if you picked up on, changed me and affected me, was your depth, your use of depth, right? And which we said you said in the class. We're gonna talk about it later, guys. Hold your horses. You know, when you came right. I don't know if you noticed, but that changed me, and I was swiveling my chair away and shit. Like like there was that depth. Whereas you came closer, I wanted to back up, and I think it provoked the way in which I said things and reacted, and the pace of which I reacted. I really, really loved and appreciated because it gave me as an actor, right? I know this is just a cold reading for me, but I mean you're familiar. It gave me a lot to work with, even in a reading sense, if that makes sense. And I appreciated that. Like you gave me a lot to go with. Like it was good. It was good.
Thanks, buddy. And remember, when I leaned in, I did ask about your wife, so it was creepy.
It was
Not that I
creepy.
wanted to be creepy, but I
hmm
felt an impulse, like an instinct at that moment to come in close to you and whisper that shit to you,
Yeah,
which is creepy. It's
yeah.
like, and
It was
I think it
over
elicits,
binding, overboard. Yeah, yeah.
you know, and the way you, yes, yes, and the way you
Mm,
responded to it, I got, man. It even affected me. So isn't that
mm,
interesting? Your
yeah.
response to what I did really affected me, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Huh.
That's when you know
You know,
we're doing what we should be doing. Poet warriors, you and me, we work well together. You and I, we do good.
yeah, man. Yeah, but that
hmm
was fun. Why don't we
hmm
try playing? Maybe guys, look, what can I say? We enjoy doing this shit. If it's boring to you, maybe you could go make a sandwich or something and come back and join us.
Make
But
me one as well.
make me one too. But, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? We like having fun like this, man.
We like
Just
having
like
a
having fun like
fun.
this.
We like the fun. Yes.
All right, dude. Why don't you do Jerry and I'll play
Alrighty.
Peter and let's see how
Let's
this
do it.
shit goes.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
yes, XD. It is wrong to eat the plastic water bottle after drinking said water inside the bottle. Yes.
You tell your
Yes.
friend
It's
that.
wrong.
But it's good for the planet. Less waste.
Well, let's waste, but it's gonna come out the other end. And Greta is gonna be pissed with you, motherfucker. She's gonna be
This
pissed.
is what we need her. Big Greta picture. I see, like, I want to do it. We've been toying about this, guys. Like, just having, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Like, have these pictures that can come up in the podcast and shit. But I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I don't know if we're
Really?
allowed to.
Come on.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it. That specifically, right? Like that specifically, I don't know if we can definitely do stuff like it and play with that idea. I don't know what's allowed and what's not allowed. Like we're thinking of I don't want to give too much away, guys. But I need to look. We definitely need to take that next step and actually start doing that. Remind me. I need to do that. Keep reminding me. Put some pressure on me. Um, but yeah, I need to look into what's allowed with that and what's not allowed with that. How are the classes? We're
Pete,
going to talk about that in a little bit. Little bit.
um,
Unless you want to talk about it now and we switch in a minute. What do you think?
I don't know. I think we should continue this momentum of what we have going here and keep reading.
We'll talk about classes in a
We're
minute
not.
then, buddy. We'll do it. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Bib, do you think,
Yes.
do you think we're the only ones in this whole wide world right now doing Zoo Story, or do you think there's a production of it happening right now somewhere in the world, or are we the only people doing this right now in the world, or do you think there's other like in classes, in conservatory, university? Is there a production going on right now as we're doing this? Doesn't matter. No, let's go. Clipping fingernails.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead. Let
But
that fucking scene, dude.
but not as good as us. There you go.
Oh, you were, dude. I thought you were in the scene.
I was answering your question. Now we're in the scene. Ready? Here we go.
Oh.
Fuck. I've been to the zoo. I said I have been to the zoo. Mister, I have been to the zoo.
I'm sorry. What? You? I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
I went to the zoo. And then I walked until I came here. Have I been walking north?
North? Why? Think so. Let me see.
Is this Fifth Avenue?
Uh, yeah. Why? Yes. Yes, it is.
And what is that cross street there? That one to the right.
That over there. That's 74th Street.
74th, 74th, 70 divided by mine. And the zoo is around 65th Street. So I have been walking north.
Yeah, it would seem so. Yes.
Good old north. Good old north. But not due north. No, 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 not due north.
Well, yeah, no, not due north, but we call it north. It's northerly.
Well, boy, you're not you're not going to get lung cancer, are you?
No, sir, not from this.
No, sir. What you'll probably get is cancer of the mouth. And then you'll have to wear one of those things Freud wore. They took one side of his jaw away. What do you call those things with the
Uh, a a prosthesis?
a prosthesis? You're an educated man, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
No, 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 no. Hey, I just read it about it somewhere. Time magazine, I think.
Well, Time magazine isn't for blockheads.
No, I suppose not.
Boy, I'm glad that's Fifth Avenue there.
Yeah.
I don't like the west side of the park. Not much.
Oh. Oh. Why?
I don't know.
Oh. Good.
do you mind if we talk?
No, I don't mind.
Yes, you do. You do.
No, I really, I don't mind.
Yes, you do. You mind.
No. I don't mind at all, really.
It is a really nice day.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Psst. 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 I have been to the zoo.
Yeah, I think you said so, didn't you?
You'll read about it in the papers tomorrow. If you don't see it on your TV tonight, you have TV, don't you?
Why, yes, yes, we have two, one for the children.
Oh, you're married.
Certainly, yeah.
It isn't law, for God's sakes.
No, of course not.
And you have a wife.
Yes.
And you have children.
Yes, two.
Boys.
Oh, girls, but both girls.
But you wanted boys.
Well, naturally, every man want a son, but
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
I wasn't going to say that.
And you're not going to have any more kids, are you?
No. No more. What? Why did you say that? How would you know about that?
The way you cross your legs. Perhaps something in the voice, or maybe I'm just guessing. Is it your wife?
It's none of your business. Do you understand me? Do you? Well, you're right. We'll have no more children.
That is the way the cookie crumbles.
All right, buddy. Let's end it there.
I've lost my balls. I lost my balls in that, and I blame Beat, because why wouldn't we?
Right. Righto.
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 Beat
So,
says.
what did you think of?
What
go
for
Beat say?
Should we? Let's read chat first. We gotta
Let's
keep
chat.
up interactions, you know. After all, we are people. We are performers of the people, right?
Are we? Hey, B. Are we people pleasers? Is that what we are at the end of the day? We're just people pleasers.
I do enjoy pleasing people.
Giving pleasure to people.
Please.
Inviting pleasure.
Please.
Well, person pleaser. Well, person pleaser. Because I'm the only one here. That's damn, B.
We got more people. We got more people. They're just not talking because they hate us. They hate
What?
us because they ain't us.
They hate us?
Because
Come
they ain't
on.
us. They're jealous.
XD
XD
says
calls
I call
bullshit.
bullshit.
Beats
Mm.
said, after how were the classes? Sloth has been to the zoo. I did go to the zoo. He says, I drink too much. Not. Ha ha ha. Sloth is racist against West people. Yes.
Good job calling him
Yes.
out, Beat. What were your feelings on the second one?
I enjoyed the switch. Like when I said that I had ideas, personally, it was me as Jerry. Like those ideas that I had were of Jerry, which is why also I think I was really pleasantly surprised when you threw me in as Peter, because when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, you know, like I didn't know we were going to show up today and say, let's do this, right? Like we decided that just before coming on, right? I wasn't expecting that, and I wasn't expecting to be Peter. So when I did Peter, it was very much super cold, if that makes sense, like super cold reading, right? Like I had never, when we did that class, I didn't even think about me being Peter, which I really enjoyed. Now this one coming in, I had ideas for Jerry, and what's actually really interesting and really funny is me being Peter completely got rid of all of those ideas for Jerry. Does that make sense? Like when me going into Jerry now is very, very different as, you know, the past 24 hours, me thinking, oh, I could do this and this and this as Jerry. Complete blank slate, which I wasn't expecting. And I think that was really, really interesting. And I think fed more into it. And I know you were doing your thing. I don't know if you saw, but I was, you know, juggling throughout. I thought that was, I don't know where that came from. I just kind of did that shit, and I think worked very well because obviously juggling is a very circus-esque, strange, you know, like linked with the circus and strange, and you know, again, I mean, I think we did even more silence that time. I mean, it took us longer to, I guess, after we said the successfulness of the silence, we kind of took that to a whole new level with this way around. And I think really, really worked. And I mean, I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. What did you think?
That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, I'm having so much. And I mean, that's everything, isn't it? If we're having fun, you guys are having fun, and we're doing something right. If we're having fun and it's coming through properly, yeah. What else do you think?
If we go back about 20 minutes, before we started reading this, you asked me something about, and I said, what I need are these two things. Number one, can we please do a reading of that existential one act classic news story?
Right.
Check.
Check.
Number two, I need more cowbell. So far, I haven't got any cowbell yet. I haven't heard any cowbell. No one's mentioned anything about cowbell in the chat.
Isn't
So
that a
until that's
shame?
satisfied, it's a shame. But going back to what you said, yes, sir, fun. I agree. It has been. It has been. Hey, look, it's been an interesting ride because, you know, like you said, what you texted me earlier. I won't get into it because I think that's personal. But I like your positive. You have a very positive nature, and it's very encouraging, and it helps me sometimes because I think of our difference in age. Reality is maybe I see the world a bit more cynically than you do.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
not
got
as
you.
positive. I like to think of myself as positive. She does give off positive.
There we go.
She. Did you say she does give off?
No, sloth does give off positive energy.
Motherfucker! I wish Beat said she gives off.
I guess with age comes bad eyesight. You know what's really interesting? I mean, obviously, like at the start of it, I did take into like, you know, I mean, not about anything serious or not, you know, like there's a little part of me that thinks about the age difference, right? But the majority of me just doesn't even see it. I mean, when we're doing shit like that, right, doesn't even come into play. Which is in because I'm sure, I mean, even like, I mean, take a look at Momo and Toto, right? Like the age difference sells that to the level of absurdism, the unique situation to the audience, right? But when I'm doing something like that, when we did Momo and Toto, when we're doing a reading like this, doesn't cross not once, you know, like just we're two performers, and I consider very much on the same level in that sense. Obviously, like I'm not comparing myself to you at all, and I think it would be an honor when I get to the point when I can consider myself an equal of yours, right? Like you're so advanced, you're so, you know, inspirational. You know, you've taught me the majority of what I know. You know, I consider, like I look forward to that time, if there ever will be that time where I can consider myself your equal, and like when we're right on the same, like, you know. But like in that thing, it's I you know, I don't take any of that into consideration when we're in this bit. We're both performers achieving the same thing, playing off of each other the same way. Like it's very surreal, almost.
It is. It is.
Like
But
there's just something about the way that we work with one another. Like it's just so. It's everything I'm looking for as a performer. You know, like yeah.
it's effortless.
Yeah, effortless.
Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
buddy, look, we are equals. We are equals. That was very nice what you said.
We're not.
That
We're
was
not.
very No, but hold on. Yes, we are. We are. We are. Because look, I understand what you said, and I truly appreciate what you said. That was wonderful. And I
Thank
could
you.
say the same for you, a lot of wonderful things, but I'm going to eat up a lot of time, so I'm not going to do that. That's for another time. You know how I feel about you, but know that we are equals. We are equals, and XD is right. You get it. You do give off, "Hey, can I have a croissant?" energy. You
He's
do. You
talking.
do.
He's
Absolutely.
talking. Do you know Jimmy Neutron?
I've heard of Jimmy Newton, the character.
Yeah, like from the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Do you know Carl Weezer?
I think so.
He's the
I think
fat
so.
round one in like the stripes, who likes Jimmy's
Me.
mum.
You mean me? The
No,
fat
he's
round.
talking about me. Let me read that again, right? He's saying Sloth gives a "Can I have a question?" energy. That's what he's getting at. Jimmy's mom? Can I have a question? See, now we can get into the references that I understand and you don't, because you say so many that I don't get.
I mean, my references.
Your references.
I mean, like "Hello, Frank."
It's just Hello Frank. That's like the only one I don't know. But that makes it better. With the glasses, look, here you go. With the glasses. Jimmy's mom! Can I have a bite of me spicy question? There you go. There you go. Beat said Sloth does give off positive energy. My she auto-corrected to Sloth. Take that how you will. There you go.
Good. You see, I knew there was something going on there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, I fucking loved that. Loved that.
You have a good time, buddy?
So fun. And like going back to like our private conversations and stuff, absolutely like I think we could pull that shit off and like put our own thing on it. You are beautifully, you know. I need to read the rest. I need to. And I'm going to. Which honestly, with me, I'm gonna say what I think afterwards. But which way around did you prefer? Which were like who? Which way? Because I think both were very good. Very good.
I don't like learning lines, as you know. I hate it. And Jerry has a 4-page monologue. And for that reason alone, there's no way I would tackle Jerry. I just couldn't do that. I just couldn't do it. Seriously.
You don't think so?
No, that's something that's beyond my capabilities as I age. Now, if I was your age, yeah, I would gung ho it. My mind was sharper. Years of alcohol deadening my cells.
Right.
This is the result of this, ladies and gentlemen. The alcohol has degraded me. Something awful and something fierce. Batman.
So you think me, Jerry, you, Peter, then?
Yes.
Take that monologue aside. Take that aside.
Then Jerry.
What,
then Jerry.
You think you, Jerry, me, Peter?
And we could cut that monologue. We don't need it. It's bullshit. It's such a stupid ass fucking.
Why not? Why not? If you think it's more effective that way, why not?
You mean cut out the monologue? Sure.
Yeah. If that's what you think, between us, that dynamic. If you think that serves more, then why not?
I just felt in my gut. The first thing we read, me as Jerry.
Yeah,
me as Jerry, and you as Peter. Then I felt there was a little bit more tension there, and this play needs tension.
Okay. Then you know how I was gonna say I'm gonna let you answer first. And I'm gonna say what I'm thinking. I also thought exactly the same thing. Me, Peter, you, Jerry. Which is interesting, right? I guess there's that gut feeling we both had because, like I said, coming away from that class, I was like, oh, dude, I would fucking kill Jerry. You know, like I was literally thinking about it for 24 hours plus, you know, until that point where honestly, I thought going into this after deciding we were going to read this, that when I said, hey, who's who, you would put me as Jerry and you as Peter. I genuinely believed that. And it took me so by surprise, honestly, when you said I was Peter, you would. And after that, you're Jerry, I'm Peter.
No, isn't it interesting? I didn't put any thought into it, to be honest with you. When you said, let's do it, I just, at the moment, I didn't, I'm telling you, I didn't think about this at all.
Okay.
Sorry, I just didn't.
I got you.
Meaning,
well, you've done it. You're familiar, you know, like you're, you know.
I'm saying leading into, hey, are you ready to read? And then I look up, I'm like, okay, you do this. I didn't even like, there's no strategic thinking about it, is what I'm saying. So with that in mind, though, this play has to have an unease about it. It has to have an unease.
I agree.
It can't.
I need to read the rest, but I agree.
And so, and that starts from the get-go, dude.
And
I think the first one with Jerry Peter had that.
We got that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the second one, there is a reason. Silence has to come out as something truly organic, not forced. And I felt the second time we were so comfortable with it that I think silence overwhelmed.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. I was literally just it's crazy how in each other's minds we are sometimes, honestly.
Yeah.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I was going to say, although I think we had a bit more fun with the silence, I think the piece deserves and needs to move at a similar pace to the first one. Where, yes, we were nailing that silence, but we were also giving it the pace that it needed. It was the first one was the perfect balance. So And I promise you, I'm not changing my answer because of your answer, right? You know, like when I said
You don't
I'm
have to
going
explain
to,
that to
yeah,
me. I know that.
I
I
think
know.
that's really interesting as well, since I think it's really interesting that we were just so on the same page there, as well as since I told you how in Jerry I was mentally, even before deciding we were going to read this on stream tonight. It can't be any other way. Can't be any other way. You're Jerry, I'm Peter. And if we need to cut that, so be it, right? But then comes in the sense, I mean, let's talk about this space that we have this opportunity with, right? And then we'll backtrack a little bit to the class and how we approached this material in the class. But let's talk about it a little bit about the space. So
Before we get into the space, Beat says he apologizes for the autocorrect. Beat, please, there's no apology necessary. I know you meant to say she. I got you. I mean, if you're apologizing for that it was in she instead of sloth, no worries, buddy. No worries.
one
You're
and the
good.
same. Sloth, she, it's all the same. It's all the same.
So go ahead. You were talking about the space. Let's
So
go ahead.
you shouldn't, and we'll come back to this applying to it, right?
Okay.
Please. Please.
I think we talked about this before, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we get into it, Beat just said, thanks, I just felt bad for not insinuating sloth's a girl. You should. And you should.
There you go. There you go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Look, we've been 2 months in, and yet I think I can't speak for Bibby, but um, I want us to get the physical reality of what we're doing going. Yet we have a lot of other thoughts and ideas and aims with all this, but physical would be really helpful. Anyway, I have a friend who's involved in the whole art circle here, the old performing arts, poetry circle here in San Francisco, and he just knows a lot of stuff that I'm not in touch with, in tune with, because he's younger, he's out there in the world, he's really going and. So anyway, he found a space, like a huge space with a friend, sort of living space, and I mean it's like in a church, it's like in a synagogue here in San Francisco, and they want to turn it into like a community performance space. So he reached out to me and said, "Hey, guess what? We need to talk. We need to get you guys Poet Warriors here." And I think it's just one of those things that Bibby and I kind of feel that it's like written in the stars almost. Like this would be a space that a friend would help us. It wouldn't require us to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars
And how
to
often does
rent it.
that happen?
Yeah.
You know?
So it's a big deal because we're not a nonprofit. We are just a kind of upstart, platform slash enterprise that needs something like this to happen. And yes, it's in San Francisco. We were kind of like thinking, oh, where would this be? What would happen? Meaning like where would we start this thing? But maybe it would give us the opportunity to do something as early as this summer in that space, to actually do something physical, like let's say one of my plays, a zoo story, whatever we decide to do. But it would probably be just Bibby and I, or maybe another person. We don't know. It depends on the piece. Heck, I was
And
even
moving
thinking, Bibby,
forward as well, if there's an
dude,
opportunity
maybe.
there.
Oh, of course, that would be the whole
Right.
thing. That would
Right.
be like almost like a home,
Right. Right.
along with a
Right.
few other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a big thing, but um. I was even thinking stasis, man. You and I could do stasis, and I know this
True.
female who we could actually film her lines, like a
I never thought
and
about
project
that.
her, yeah,
Yeah.
project her face. And
Mm-hmm.
I know that a perfect actress for that here I worked with here in the
Yeah.
city,
That
and
would
then
be
you and I would
cool.
be yeah, and her character, Jesus, been Clot was her
Yeah. Right.
character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. and she would come in as this kind of like 1984-esque kind of,
That would, I
big
think that would work
brother shit.
better, honestly. Just for you guys who have no idea what this is going. So stasis is when you guys watch these clips of Momo and Toto. Right, this was back in the day when I was in high school, and Bays had another theatre company called A Band of Actors, right? Which put on two shows, Momo and Toto, and before that was Stasis, which is a play about these two hitmen. I was a part of it at that time. I don't know if you remember, but I was the sound manager. Marino did the lights and I did the sound. So that was my entry into A Band of Actors to then do Momo and Toto after. Incredible piece. I loved it. I know if you guys have watched our snacks, it didn't quite go as Bays intended. It was intended to be an absurdist piece, which never really came to light because of the people involved, and I would love that. And I think Clot, there's this female part. I think that is a very, very ingenious expansion of that role. I think absolutely that could probably serve better in that sense as she did physically. I think that's a really good idea. And I would love to, when we've talked about doing Stasis again on an online platform, we've been toying with that idea. I guess I never really envisioned myself in that, but you saying that, instantly I've got ideas. And honored to be included in Stasis. I think there's a lot that you and I could bring to that. In that
I'd rather do that
absurdist style.
Honestly, dude, I'd rather do our own stuff than other people's stuff.
I agree.
Zoo Story's a great play, but I mean, I like the ideas I have now. Just that when you started talking, and just images of things that I never even thought before for that piece started popping into my head.
I got you.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like really cool images and things that we can do that would be so different than the first time.
Yeah.
Look, like I said in one of those snacks, the people involved are everything. It's everything. It's everything. You would not be, you won't, nor I, or I, is it nor I, or I? You, nor I, nor, would do this, spend our time, hours, if you and I did not feel, the connection. We just wouldn't.
Yeah.
We just wouldn't. And so anybody we bring in, look, the gentleman who did it with me in Florida, wonderful guy. I love him dearly.
Yeah, great guy.
But yeah, and he's a freaking good actor. He is. It's just I didn't feel completely like I had a totally different vision of it. Totally. And as I was trying to get more of the black humor, he was just not able to pull it off.
Yeah.
He was not able.
So,
he
and
was
you
able
would
to
say
pull
that's
off,
connection? That's what it comes down to, that connection?
I think it's connection. I think it's ability and an understanding of material and taking your ability and making sure it's expressed. Now, with Momo and Toto, he did that part. He did. Absolutely, he did. For that play, for Stasis, look, a lot of people left that thinking, oh, hey, good job, or good, well done, or great job. And no matter what anyone said, in my gut, I didn't feel like I pulled it off the way I wanted to pull it off.
I mean, you're the writer, like absolutely. Like that all comes down to, I mean, we used to do, I know I've mentioned this to you before. We used to do one acts at my high school, which is student written, student directed, student acted, right? Bays at that time was the head of the department, right? He was our drama head. But that's the unique experience, right? We used to do a serious piece and then a musical in the fall. And in between the two, we did student written, student directed, student acted pieces where we had a little showcase of small one acts, written and directed and acted by students in between the two big plays, right? Which Bays overseed or oversaw, I guess. But ultimately it was up to us. And the 2 years I was at that school, I wrote, I directed, and I acted. I wanted all three bits, right? My senior year, I wrote that For Honor play, which I don't think we've talked about in a long time, right? Like that Viking play. I know you remember it. That one of my friends directed, and actually Ben Smithy acted in. And I thought it went well, but
I'm out. Did Hudson, was he in that play too?
yes, yeah, it was Ben, Hudson, and Briley. Three characters, right? Very much what I mean, I don't have that script anywhere. Maybe I could go oversee it, but it would be interesting to see us in those roles, right? Like again, like yes, very much so with Stasis. Yes, sure, it went well, right? Like it was a good performance, but as a writer, it was never what I intended it to be at all. Whether it be connection, the dynamic, right? Like, just, I think ultimately what that specifically came down to was the directorial style for me personally. I thought it was very well acted and very well executed.
I agree.
I just think the style of which it was directed, not to diss the director, it was beautifully directed in his imagination. Just as a writer, it wasn't as I intended. Which I guess, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but it leads me into my next question, which you've already kind of answered, right? Going back to what we just did with the zoo story. And now that we've told you guys about this space opportunity that we have, do we do that? Or do we do something like Stasis? Which now you've really sparked that was my question before you started all of that you just said. Like with the successful read, I would say, of what we just did with Zoo Story. Do we do that, or do we stick to the original? Do we do Stasis? Do we do some kind of reimagined Momo and Toto 2, or what do you think about that? Yeah, I mean, like, now I know you've answered that question kind of already, but
no, I mean, there's no decisions. It's just look, any project that you work on is very tricky, because even if you have the right pieces in your mind, even if you have what you're hoping is the dream team of whatever, who knows how it's going to turn out. You
right.
really don't. And I remember I saw an interview with Daniel Day-Lewis, and the guy who was interviewing said, "Yeah, man, your work as Bill the Butcher was," and he goes, "You just never know." And he's right. He's like, you just never, like, he's working with Scorsese, he's working with all star. The set was just like this unbelievable set of, they reconstructed of 1860s New York. And he says, you never know.
Right.
Look, for example, that movie I thought was crap. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the direction. I just didn't like the movie.
Which movie
The
is that? I don't know Bill the
ga-
Butcher.
Gangs of New York. Gangs of New York.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Watch Daniel Day-Lewis.
I will.
Now, what I was trying to say is,
Mhm.
Bill the Butcher, his role. He didn't win one of his Oscars for this one. He should have. That he was the film. Now,
Okay.
when I think of a great film, I think of everything. I think of people, the directors, a story.
Right.
Now, I don't think of Gangs in New York. Do you know what I call that experience? Bill the Butcher. Because his work was just overwhelmed everything. Now,
Right.
that's what he means, like, you never know. Look, But we never know with whatever. Like, how about if we were to do Momo and Toto again? Of course, we would think, oh man, we're gonna kick ass. We're gonna, and we
Yeah,
probably will. But you
yeah,
never know.
yeah, yeah.
And look, it goes to this too. How about if you feel great about something? Say we feel great. Like I remember Momo and Toto. Stasis got way better audiences for whatever reason. Yet I remember every time after we did Momo and Toto, uh, Sergio would be so frustrated. He's like, "Why aren't we selling out? Why aren't people coming to see this?" I'm like, "Dude, are you telling people?" He goes, "Yes." And I go, "Well," and I go, "You can't. Sometimes you just gotta. It is what it is. Like even if there
Mm,
are 10 people, and it didn't bother me at all. Not that it bothered Sergio, but Sergio's like saying, "Man, this is a great piece. It's a fun piece. We're doing such amazing work, and no one's seeing it."
mm,
Did that affect me in the big picture? No. Would have been great to have more money in our pockets? Yes.
right.
But at the end of the day, you just never know, man. Like if
Mm,
we go, who's to say something we work on, maybe in our heart of hearts, we're like, oh man, this is not going to go,
right.
according to how we want. And how about if it goes like someone sees it, a producer in San Francisco says, we got to take this to New York. I'm funding it. And you and I are like, really?
Yeah, right,
No.
right.
Right? I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, look, sorry I'm taking all this, but this is it's I
No,
think it's
take
for
it,
me it's
take it.
important. So, I mean, this play that I'm working on that I retitled from the pound play to the poem machine. Now it's called Beasts in the Wild.
Oh, you
And
officially did it. Nice,
well, for now, for now.
nice. You
So,
guys will see
but
it next week, right? So I'm sorry. Next week, right? We're getting in Brandon, right? And Sergio, which you guys have been a part of the readings thus far. We're going to be reading from the beginning, everything up until what Baze has written now with the beasts in the wild, right? That's I've got it right, yeah. Which you guys knew as the poem machine. We're going to be reading that next week in its entirety. Well, the first how far are you along? 30 pages, right?
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. So, continue, please.
No, no, so yeah, and so here I am writing this thing. Like today, I wrote a little bit more this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, I'm not trying to boast, but in my mind, the way that I'm imagining it, how I'm writing it, uh, um, how it's kind of just bubbling up. It's like I did that.
I saw you reading Bubble Sister. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
Oh, it's bubbling up.
Let's go.
Um, dude, I feel great about it. Like in my mind, I'm thinking
Yeah.
this is gonna for me just purely as a dramatist. Oh man, probably even more so than Momo and Toto when I was writing this. Like,
Mm.
wow, I
You
think
told
I
me. Yeah.
yeah, I think I have something here. It's
Mm.
it's uh 5 characters. And
Mm.
this one more than Momo and Toto.
Right.
And the way that they're just how it's jumping from this to that, I think is handled pretty fucking well. And it's my first draft. I'm not boasting, but I'm
Right.
just saying and I haven't written a play in 3 or 4 years. This is the
Mm.
first I've done in a while. And really one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is because of what's happening here.
Right.
I don't know if I would have written a play unless this was happening, to be
No.
honest with you.
Mm.
I don't think so, buddy.
Mm.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
So I think, yeah, think I, and the reason is, look, this is the thing that I'm writing and creating is so it's just it's for me in the way I see us doing it,
Mm.
fun, unusual,
Mm.
cool.
You're talking about
It's
stasis.
oh no, this play, the one I'm writing now, Beasts in the Wild.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Okay. Right. Yep.
and Stasis, and any of them, but
Mm.
especially this one. It's just so quirky, dude. It's
Yeah, dude.
so
I'm looking forward to
and
it. It's
yeah, but
hilarious,
so
and yeah.
I get I guess what I'm trying to say to you at the end of the day is like, man, in my mind, I'm thinking, man, this thing might really blow up for us in a good way.
Yeah.
But one never knows, dude.
Right.
One
Right.
never knows.
Right. No, and I mean, you know, like myself, I've told you personally, but like to you guys and everything, I mean, I am a Thomas Ruse Bizarre fanboy. You know, like I'm always blowing steam up Baze's ass, right? Like
Love it.
with his love it.
Love that
With
shit.
his writing and stuff.
Tickles my anus.
Right. Absolutely.
Tickles my an. How does Borat say it? My an. I can't say
I
that one. No
mean
shit.
the anus.
There you go.
The
Anus. There you go.
anus.
There it
Maybe
is.
we just do one for one Borat show. Done.
Do it.
I wear a mankini.
Please.
Done. Obviously,
We're
I
sold
would
out.
be Borat. Obviously, and you would
Obviously.
be
Fat dude.
the fat dude.
Fat dude who drives the truck, the ice cream truck.
And has the bear. The fat dude with the bear. You can't forget about the bear.
Bear.
Right. No, I am a huge Baze fanboy. Right? Like I'm always blowing steam up his anus. Always telling me his shit is so different, so real, so amazing, so entertaining. And I've told him before, right? There's something that Baze captures that's alive. Right? Like I've told you this before. There's something that Baze captures in his writing that makes each character. I'm mainly talking about his books. Again, go look at www.thomasrusebizarre.com to go check out his books, right? But even with this translates over to his plays. There's something in his writing that captures the characters, making them living, breathing things that's so entertaining as a reader, as a watcher, as an actor, right? You know, like as a not comparing myself to him again, but as like a fellow writer, that's so inspirational and so crazy and so cool. That's just really, really awesome. Really awesome. And again, props to you, Baze. You know, like your stuff is so, I mean, you know, I know you'll appreciate as a fellow artist myself, so inspirational to my art, right? You know, number one, but everything that I just said. And Bubbles said, I know we already talked about Bubbles, but hearing both of you re-encourage each other that even if the show doesn't sell out, you don't give up on the project or give it any less showcases your love for your craft. Love to hear you both so passionate. Which, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess the difference of Poet Warriors to the rest of the world is, I mean, or comparing ourselves to those Hollywood actors, right? It's love for our craft, man. One and foremost, you know, like it's about us growing as actors, us bettering our craft, us being true to what we believe our level of craft, and being true to ourselves. Absolutely. Like it's not about the money. It's not about selling out each house. It's about putting on the best performance possible and being the truest to ourselves that we can be, right? And bettering ourselves as actors. It's about chasing that next level, because you can never hit that level. There's, you know, the as I've said before in our podcasts here, Baze taught me this, right? The person, the actor, the director, whatever, says that they've learned everything that they can, knows less than everybody else, right? Bettering your craft, learning the craft, bettering your craft, bettering your writing, bettering your directing, it never ends. There is no end goal there. It's always getting better than yourself, right? Beat says I'm spitting facts. Maybe that's why I'm earning 51%, you're earning 49%, probably, right? But going back to the goal on track, I would love to do Stasis. I think that would be really, really, really cool. I would love to do Stasis. And since you mentioned that, Hashtag 51 for sloth. Going back to that, like sorry, I know I chipped in there. Do you have something else to say before we go back to where we're supposed to be going?
Yes, I would like to say this. Is there a lot of background noise because they dropped off
Not too
a
bad,
little
don't worry.
package?
I hear him.
Okay.
I heard him a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
bad. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. So, gee, they're loud. Look, that piece you wrote was very memorable, actually. Of all the
You're
dozens that
talking about
we've
the one
done.
act piece?
Yeah, that you
Hmm.
wrote at school. And it was, to my mind, when you mentioned it again, I saw the images pop into my
Hmm.
head. So I can't say that for a lot of other pieces. So I wanted to say that. Number two, it's interesting. Here I am working on two projects: a novel, which is a historical novel, um, and two,
www.thomasroosbazaar.com.
yeah, and also this play that we've been working on
Hmm.
and reading. Dude, this year for some reason, I don't know what it is. I've been having so much trouble getting motivated to write more than I have
Hmm.
in years. In
Really?
years.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's tripping me out a little bit. Um, where when I do it, but normally I was so thank you, XD. I'll cut you. I'll cut you, XD.
I had to cut you.
It's been so like I would go do methodically every
Hmm.
day, every morning, without even. But now, man, I don't know if it's a lot of stuff, new stuff. I need. Pete says I need a hammock.
You do. That's it. You need one. Have your little laptop on your lap, fucking going at it on your hammock.
Yeah, I love these ideas, dude. Is it because I'm more sloth-like than you, actually,
Psst, how dare
and have
you?
writer's block?
How dare
No,
you?
I might be a little bit more sloth-like than you, actually, because
How
what I'm
dare
getting at.
you?
What did Pablo say?
He said, hello,
What up, Pablo?
bitch. He said, hello, bitch.
Thank you, Pablo. That's how I like to be called. How
There
did he
you
know? Fucking bring it on, Pablo.
go.
Hey, no one can outsloth the Viking. Damn, Bubbles, dude.
Bubbles. Bubbles.
Um, oh, but dude, so like you said, all these things you said about directing, you said about acting, you said all these great, wonderful, nice things
Stop
about
it.
me. But I think no, but hold on. Maybe eventually, what we're gonna do is you and the younger folks, like the folks that joined us yesterday, which were they were very impressive.
Mm.
Maybe, our friends from the East Coast, a couple of the twins, other
They're
folks in Southern
coming.
California
They're
that are.
coming.
I guess what I'm trying to say is this. Maybe that will be a reality,
Yeah.
I think what you talked about in all this is there's a level of humility one must bring, one must have, one must possess in this thing. Because look, dude, I notice how with writing now, I there's a for the first time in years, I feel like I don't have the spark. I don't have I'm talking about the inner.
Mm.
I'm talking about the inner. I'm talking about how easily it could just go. Like I could one day just wake up literally and
I
say,
got you. Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore for whatever
Mm.
reason. Because it's such a fragile thing. And this thing that we create, like this play, that when I'm in it, or when we're in it, I think like, fuck, man, um, this is this is cool shit.
Yeah.
But
And that
but if
reading
I
was a friendly reminder. That was so fun. I had so much fun. So much fun doing that. That was I don't know. I don't know why. Like I mean I've had fun in the poem machine. So much fun. And not saying that this is better than the poem. I think poem machine is better than that. But I think it's because maybe the fact that we've been playing multiple roles in the poem machine and taking taking that full picture amongst just us two, which just wouldn't necessarily work on stage. And that's like I mean, sure, there are certain pieces you and I could just do to completion with multiple roles, and we could have fun with that. Poem machine isn't one of those, right? Like, I mean, we couldn't switch between those roles, which we have been doing in those readings. But there was something about what we just did there, because it facilitated those two roles, that, I mean, I had so much fun doing that. And I saw the influence, the level of work that we put into just that reading alone, just in a reading sense, right?
Talking about what we just did like
About
an
Zoo
hour ago,
Machine,
or
yeah, about
yeah,
Zoo, about the Zoo
Zoo story.
Story,
Yeah, yeah.
that just revived so much fun for me, and just because it facilitated the scenario, right? You know,
Gotcha.
like I said, I think Poem Machine is far stronger, and
It's a
you
different
know,
play, of course. Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
right. But I mean, we have so many ideas, you and I both, about Poem Machine now. Or sorry,
It's in the wild.
Beasts in the Wild now. It's going to
Yeah,
take me a minute to get over. Yeah.
gotcha.
There's so many ideas that we've already had, and so many discussions that we've already had to facilitate that play. This play, obviously, that we've just read, the Zeus story, facilitates us in this scenario, the two of us, right?
Right.
Was just so much fun. And I mean, we
Yeah.
absolutely should read Momo and Toto here on stream, in the sense that, you know, getting back into that sense of fun, that sense of play that can facilitate us, is the point I'm trying to make, that inspires us greatly. And now that we've said, yeah, absolutely, like these goals, these visions that we have, and with Stasis, I'm bursting with ideas, bursting with it. Like I said, I never specifically for one saw myself in one of those roles when we talked about rekindling that. But now that you've said it, one, again, honored to be considered a part of that, and two, bursting with ideas, and absolutely we could move forward that with this space that we are talking about, having this opportunity with, maybe even Sergio as Clot could be. I mean, any female part moving
Oh
forward
no,
has to be
no,
considered. It
no.
has to be considered
Wait,
Sergio.
no, wait a second. No, as Griffin, the guy, the voice on the other line, Big Brother.
There you go. There you go. Yes, yes. It's been a
Mhm.
long time since I've heard that piece.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously, Sergio, we've always said, will be a big part of us moving forward, and he absolutely should be moving forward. That, but uh, my dog is barking like crazy. I need to go and shut her up. But I would love for you to tell these people, as a last topic before we end up the night, why were we reading Zoo Story? Why don't you start getting into, as we said at the start of this, we have just finished, as of today, and when I come back I'll talk about my side and everything. We have just finished our first round of Poet Warrior classes, which, if you guys want to be a part of, www.thepoetwarriors.com, go check it out. Why don't you tell them a little bit about Zoo Story and that Acting 2 class, that advanced Poet Warrior class that we just had last night?
Got it, buddy. Pablo's. No one can out sloth the Viking. He's more like a sloth because he's old and crippled. I think that's what Baze means, like he's more sloth like. It's fucked up, Pablo. You can never put sloth. I'm sure, bro, I'm trying to be nice and automotive. I'm old and crippled. That's fucked up, Pablo. Um, at our classes. that we're offering. We have a youth class, we have a beginning class, and we have an advanced class. And Bibby does the youth and the beginning, and I do the advanced. And we read the play, the piece that we read about an hour ago, Zoo's Story. No, we didn't read it. We worked on it. Two actors that we all know because they trained with me back in the day, and I haven't seen them in 4 years. And so they were excited to join this advanced class that we. And then I said, "Oh, hey, I know them. Let's try this piece." And we played around for an hour, and of course, we did some interesting work, and it was great because they were number one. I think they were surprised at how effective it was online. Sometimes people are thinking, "Oh, it's not going to be work. It's not going to work. It's way different." It is different, but it does work. And they were very impressed with how they felt that it was fun, that it was engaging, that I think they were surprised at how strong that their reaction was to online classes where they didn't have to leave the comforts of their own home, their own space. And here we are working, we all are in different locations in the world, yet we have a class that's effective. Material was good. They learned some things. They had a great time. And so we're offering these classes. I know Gibby just had one with the youth right before our podcast today, and he also had a beginning class. So we're trying to populate these classes. I know he's going to post something from the students in these classes with their testimonials about how it went. Uh, Bays, what's the quote of the week? Oh, shit. Quote of the week is I'm not old and crippled, bitches. That's a quote of the week, XD. Pablo, Pablo, I'm never gonna say I'm the anti Pablo. Pablo, you hit me, dude. You gutted me with that. You gutted me. Batman. Pablo, just know this: with great power comes great responsibility, my friend. I'm not old and crippled. I can't XD. I can't read the asterisks. He can. Oz can. I can on my chat. I'm not old and crippled, bitches. Got it. Got it, dude. All right.
He
So
ain't
hey, I
old and
explained.
crippled.
Oh, Pablo thinks I am, but it's okay. Pablo's cool. We're cool. I talked a little bit about the classes. I talked about
Yeah,
what you did, what we did, how you videotaped some of their testimonial that you're gonna publish,
it's coming
and
out.
about what the.
Hmm.
And I kind of focused on their reaction to online, how they were surprised at how effective. I love this man. Not what did he write? Not
Not
his life.
sexually. You should love him sexually. You should.
That's so that's so disappointing. He doesn't love me sexually. Anyway, uh, did you like that segue?
I did. I
Did I
did.
did it? I did have a Batman line. I did have a Spider-Man line when you were gone. Isn't we watched Absurdity Before All, but I know love your. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Pablo.
That's
Thank you.
very nice. Never
That's very
stop.
nice.
Never
Yes,
stop writing. Absolutely. You would do the world a disservice if you stopped writing, sir.
oh boy.
Don't ever. Don't ever. You absolutely would do the world a disservice if you did. So don't.
Great power. Great responsibility. No. No.
Bubbles said, I especially love watching you guys read all of his stuff on here. It's my fave segment of the podcast.
Oh, that's very nice.
That's too much. It's all gonna go to his dick, and he's gonna be way too confident. That's too much.
Did you see my reaction? I had to push. I had to push my tummy in so I could see it. I had to push it in. Clap.
That's incredible. That's incredible. The day Baze stops writing, the day I curl up in a ball and cry. Poetry's to make fun of me.
Pablo, if you have any fucking balls, you share that shit with us. You would share it on this chat next time, not today. Next time. We start off with Pablo sharing
Yeah, man.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Looking
man.
forward to that. Oh, look at that. Look, Bubbles is full of compliments today. Thank you. Very
Yeah.
sweet. It makes
Effortless.
me blush. Makes me blush a little bit. Makes me blush a little bit.
That's hot. So did you tell them
Um,
about our class? And
I
about
did.
the possibility
I
of doing Zeus story with these actors?
Oh yeah, so these actors, I did mention that I know them from the past,
Right.
and it was weird in a way that they haven't either acted in 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and they
One of them of which as
Right.
well, by the way, they do know. One of them is your own Bjarke Bjarkinson, my brother Luca, who you guys know and love already. One of them is him. Continue, please. They know Luca. So
I love it. I love it. He called me a Yeti motherfucker. This Pablo,
I
this son of a
love it.
fuck has called me a Yeti motherfucker. Muscular man, sloth looking like a piece of.
How dare you? How dare you, XD? This is not okay. Not are you not entertained by this piece
More
of
than
sandpaper?
It's more than okay. It's fucking glorious. That's what it is. It's
Damn.
glorious.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
If
you
I
were
had to,
saying,
if
back
okay,
on
but
track, you
yeah,
were saying about the
uh,
performance.
so these two gentlemen, well, yeah. I mean, we read we read
Read it. Read it. Read it.
Ba- dude, okay, I'm not your bitch. I'm not your bitch. Hold on.
Your
Bay's looking
chat's
like a white
bitch.
son. Let me read, dude. This is what Pablo says. And fuck Pablo. But Bay's looking like a white miniature pony.
No, read Bubbles'. That's what I was laughing at.
Oh,
Read
if Bibby put
Bubbles'
his
chat.
glasses on, you would kind of look something.
That's what I was dying at right there. With the salt and pepper, but pepper with an A at the end, not an ER. Pepper, right?
Pablo says I'm looking like a white miniature.
I didn't see that, but that's hysterical.
Oh god, that's hilarious, man.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I think we better end the chat now because it's just that's out. I mean, you can't get better than that. You gotta get it at the pinnacle.
Right,
The
right,
pinnacle.
right.
So these young men, we tackled Zoo Story, which is not easy. It's a tough piece, and off looking like
Really? How dare you? Please keep going. We gotta start. Keep going.
no,
Keep.
no more, no more. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
I see. That's
I'm
hilarious.
tired. These guys, like, why didn't they start this shit 2 hours ago? Now they're all
Right,
warming up and
right,
shit.
right.
That was very nice. Bubbles said Bubbles, thank you. That was very sweet. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. That was very kind of you, and thank you.
Go finish
Yeah.
what you were saying. Go on.
So no, I mean, look, what can I say? These young men they know us. They've worked with us. There's nothing to say that they can't do Zeus story.
Right.
And Gibby and I were Bibby and I. I'm sorry, keep on. His name has changed. I know him for so long as Gibby. You understand, folks,
It's
right?
okay. It's okay. You can call me either,
Um,
but I am Gibby the Bibby Capaldi. Either will
Never, if
do.
you have to shit in your stomach to see bitches, you must. What the fuck is Pablo saying?
He said, never if you have to suck in your stomach to see your dick, you must be a whale. He called you a whale.
He's a motherfucker, Pablo. I'm more like a
Damn.
porpoise. More like a porpoise. More
That
like a
big
porpoise.
ass fucking forehead.
Motherfucking Pablo's right, beat. Pablo, with great power comes great responsibility.
Today's been a good
That
episode. It's been a good episode. Please finish what you were saying. He's saying something good here. Let him finish. Let the man finish looking like a porpoise ass.
Is that with two Z's?
Yes.
Pablo looks.
Dude! Let him finish. He's spitting straight bars right now. Let the man finish, please.
So we are going to maybe like we have several things working at once. And right now, guess what, folks? Let's get to down to brass tacks. And it's not about this. I'm not asking you for this, but Gibby and I have made this much in the weeks we've been doing this. But it's okay because it's not about money, but it is about money. So we have
But
to find some way.
how many views?
401. 401 views. We're making some moves. We're making some, and also we have some moves. We're making moves and we have some moves.
Yes.
And Pablo, I know what a beluga whale is. You're hurtful. You're a hurtful motherfucker.
But the point is, we may or may not have this opportunity for the physical come this summer, right? And
Right.
there is absolutely a chance and an opportunity, right? Through the classes which have now started, www.thepoetwarriors.com, if you want to be a part of that, to be involved in some capacity, right? Stop looking like a can of custard.
Don't look. Don't look.
It's hard. Okay. But so yeah, we're very much considering on top of our own thing, including these two actors in our advanced class doing the piece that we just read for you tonight, Zoo Story, right? Which may or may not be happening very soon. We have an opportunity. We have this, yeah, we have this in which we want to make use of. Maybe they are performing Zoo Story one night, and we are performing Stasis another night, right? The point is, Poet Warriors, fingers crossed, will be going physical fairly soon, right? Which is going to be a big part moving forwards, right? As we've said from episode 1, a big part of this is going to be the physical, right? Whether or not we're performing out of San Francisco, traveling to Edinburgh Fringe Festival or Avignon or other festivals, right? A big part of this moving forward is going to be the physical. And we now have this unique chance, right? It's not set in stone, but this ability where we may be able to be performing in person out of San Francisco, which I know some of you are very close to and can easily transport yourselves to come for a Poet Warrior experience, whether it be from myself or Baze doing Stasis, or perhaps one of our students of the Poet Warrior program doing something like a Zoo Story, which we read for you guys today. But the point we're trying to make is there are perks, there are opportunities coming out of the Poet Warrior classes, which are now live, are at www.thepoetwarriors.com. Please go tell your friends, even if you're not interested yourselves. Go tell your friends about it. I myself, we took the youth class today, which went very well. They had a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll bring a lot of friends. So if you know anyone under the age of 14 to go into our youth program, if you know anybody, including yourselves, who are beginners, just starting out, we have a beginner class. If you know anybody who has been doing it for a while and is looking for a more expertise, a more advanced class, we have that also going on every single week at Saturday, 11 a.m. PST, and for the youth class Sunday at 11 a.m. PST. So if you have friends, please tell them. If you yourself are interested, please go take a look, www.thepoetwarriors.com. And if you're not interested, Please just support the content which we are posting every single day, right? Which again, you can find all links to. We've got a TikTok, we've got an Instagram, we've got a YouTube, right? We've got the Twitch here. All links are there at www.thepoetwarriors.com. So please tell your friends and socialize. Be involved. Be involved. I see you laughing. What's chat saying? What are they saying?
Pablo says he's sorry. Then he says I look like a terrier with my beard. Then XD is saying you look like custard in something about a magical ball, which I agree with.
He says I can tell the future by touching a magical ball.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I love the interaction. It got warmed up there. That was beautiful. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we've said plenty.
Yeah.
Said a plenty.
Sloth looking like a custard cream that the end bit bin has been crumbled off. Yes.
Right.
With my short arms!
He's right, you know. All right, folks. Hey. It's a heart.
That's a cute little heart. Sloth looking like a bison with all that hair.
Tasty.